All right, we back, ready to do our week 6 picks in the association, our beloved fantasy league. Um, we've got our full slate. Uh, we can start with my team, who plays the Frankfurt Flyers. Any thoughts on this matchup?
Man, we went at length about the Frankfurt Flyers emergence in the Week 5 recap. They're looking like a pretty strong team. However, they're playing one of the big boys. And so I think, the Gotham Great Danes has got Joel Embiid playing at an MVP rate. Kyrie Irving, has got a lot to prove. And simple but underrated, but always given consistent stats. Tobias Harris is always a concern when you're playing him. So it was easy for me to choose your Gotham Great Danes for this matchup.
Yeah, I echo those sentiments, and don't forget about my guy Julius Jokic. I, I mean Randall.
Oh, that was intentional. I'm tired of seeing this guy's name. This guy's been punishing me across every league. He's like he's just following me in my shadows or something. Man, that guy is annoying. Yes, yes, yes. Julius Randle has been amazing this fantasy season.
It's been great for me. Uh, Producing second round value right now. So let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going with that. On the flip side, just to speak on Frankfurt a little bit, we have gone in great length about his team and in our recap of week 5. But he also has a guy playing at the MVP level right now in Kawhi Leonard. And then we talked about DeAndre Ayton, and it seems like he's hit a corner and has made a turn for the better. Um, Markkinen was hurt for a little bit, but is back and playing kind of mediocre. But he's had a big game here or there. And then De'Aaron Fox, who he's got the ability to put up numbers, and you just never really know what he's gonna do. Dangerous team, but yeah, I'm gonna go with my team to pull that out. So next matchup, Amherst Speedsters face off against the Beantown Bombers. Man,
I think Amherst Speedsters is approaching um, having a fire sale. He is his. It might be a little too late for him to bring it together, especially playing one of the more consistent teams in the Beantown Bombers. They just coming off a fresh 5-4 victory against the Brooklyn Phoenix. And Kevin Durant's not done. We're talking about MVP candidates. Kevin Durant, deserves to be on anybody's list. And then you compile that with Zach Levine, Lowry Wood, Steven Adams. Although, there's a chance that Lowry, is a little bit hobbled this week, and Wood has suffered some injuries, and so he might not be ready to go. So maybe that helps the speedsters, but speedsters has got injuries that he's dealing with on his end. But he does have Michael Porter. Michael Porter's back, and he's getting back into the swing of things, and so he could potentially be dangerous. But make sure Michael Porter speaks to Jamal Murray, because that guy's got to play a whole lot better for the speedsters to have a chance.
yeah, they're gonna have to bring DeAndre Jordan, who they signed last week. Probably bring him into the mix. Um, Obviously, Nurkic is out. LaMarcus Aldridge is back, and
Nah, I own him on a league, own him in a league, man, and it was regret.
well, that's what I mean.
Might oh
Being
okay.
LaMarcus Aldridge at this point in his career.
He was phenomenal last year. He was like,
What,
second or third round value, getting close to two blocks a game, rebounding still.
what's going on?
Hmm?
What do you think is happening this year? What's going on with amongst the others?
I think Pop is just making a different move. He's moving on from an offense that revolves around him and DeMar DeRozan, to a lot of these younger guys.
Yeah, and I think, what do you think about the threes? Him shooting more threes, and I know he can hit that shot, but that's never really been his game. So, I think that's affecting him at all.
It certainly is. Certainly is. Because it kind of feels like when the Nets moved Brook Lopez shooting threes. I still remember that game like it was yesterday. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, this guy is the all-time Nets leader and scorer, and now we have him shooting threes. But they were preparing themselves for the next shift to that franchise, right? And look at how the Nets continue to play after that. And so I think we're seeing something similar in San Antonio, where they're like, okay, there's a big age gap difference in what our future players are going to be and what he's at in his career. And so it's just like, recreate yourself, and give us some minutes or
Yeah. So, needless to say, we both, I think, feel strongly here that Town Bomber should be able to take that matchup, right? Uh,
Creed.
M-Town Celtics coming to Syracuse to play the Sparrows.
Yeah, I think Bimtown gets back on track. They suffered a tough loss on week 5, and I think this is a nice matchup. This is a sweet spot. Syracuse Sparrows, still trying to tank. And so I think Bimtown's got enough to beat them, mainly because Bimtown doesn't really play great defense. Their firepower is in the offense, and I think they've got enough of it to easily beat some of the categories, to beat or to win some of the offensive categories.
Yeah, same thing here, and they've actually made some changes to their lineup. So we should see or note that Cantor is now running the center for them. Blake Griffin is sitting somewhere on the waiver wire. We haven't heard from him in a while. But yeah, Middleton, Booker should be better and back next week. Doncic, always a beast who never know when he's gonna explode. Um, yeah, I like Bimtown in this matchup. Victor Oladipo not playing back to backs right now. Um, Seth Curry is back for Syracuse. Conley, as you mentioned, has been playing well. And Jimmy Butler has been out. We don't know when he's coming back. Um, Miles Turner maintains continues to be excellent. But I think this team is going to need Jimmy Butler to and Victor Oladipo to play well, and be available first and foremost, for them to have any chance. So we both like the Celtics in that one. Your Brooklyn Phoenix will be playing. Do I mention their name?
Nah, not until they get a victory. Um, and I can keep it quick. Brooklyn Phoenix will win against this unknown franchise. Uh, the reason why is because of the unknown franchise. Even without Carl Anthony Towns for another week, we've got enough games, we got enough firepower. We've been playing strong throughout the season, um, and we should have enough of what it takes to beat the opposing team.
Yeah, well, they're getting healthy. Russell Westbrook played tonight.
I hope he plays the whole week.
Yeah, I didn't say he played well. But he played. Alvarez is back. And Surge might be it look like he made an appearance tonight and played. You know, was a productive player tonight. Porzingis, your most impressive of the week. Yeah, he's still out there. And Vooch is just so solid. Um, you know, this team has a slight chance, but yeah, well, I'm gonna go with Brooklyn Phoenix as well. So
It's so sad to see Vooch spoil on that team. Oh my goodness. Gonna send that on our private message after we're done here.
I send a trade request all the time. I never get a response.
You gotta send them a personal mail or send him a text message, hit him on WhatsApp. You gotta hit him and on everything that he's on.
Man, that's doing a lot.
A whole lot.
Uh,
We'll address that later.
Blake Express play Titanes de San Juan. Any thoughts here on this matchup?
Man, this one was a tough one. Didn't really know which direction to go because it was so close. So I just leaned on Dame Time, aka Daddy Dane, is what he wants to be called now.
What?
Just brought home some twins. And so, Dame is ready to kill. He's ready to lead. Yeah. Dame just added two more to the fold.
Congrats to him, and didn't even miss a game. How about that? Horford, on the other hand, had his fourth child and still missed a game.
Horford's in the DR right now.
Doesn't need to be up.
He's not there. Coach will call him when he needs to come in, give a speech or whatever, whatever they're paying him to do at this point.
He's over there with Big Papi, just living his life, man. He's not worried about that.
Nope.
I understand.
I'd probably move on if I was him too.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Oklahoma. It's like, well, at least I'm getting 40 million or however much million he's getting a year.
In any case, man, I went with San Juan. They've got 4 games of his Jazz combination playing. 4 games of Gobert, Spider Mitchell, and Clarkson. And then I think that could be enough to make a dent and catch Blake Express sleeping a little bit. I mean, Dame time, yes. Gordon Hayward's been rather impressive. But I look at the rest of the crew with Oubre and Draymond Green, and Capella's been solid, of course. But the supporting cast, you just don't know what to expect from them. So I'm gonna say that it's gonna be close, and I think there's close enough to make it a slight chance that San Juan comes away with a victory here. They've been the better team this season so far, and I think they can continue that. True Grit plays the Money Men of Midtown. What do you like in this matchup?
Man, as True Grit star player said, Anthony Davis, been playing like shit. And that's the way True Grit's been playing outside of Mr. Jaylen Brown. And they've got some big injuries to to their bigs in Valanciunas and Triple J. And Kobe White hasn't been that great as of late. So, I really like the Midtown Money man in this matchup. They showed that they could, still put up some points and still contribute to some categories even without, one of their top stars in CJ McCollum. They've just got what it takes. It looks like uh, Grant is having a little bit of regression. He's been struggling with his shot, but this 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 past week 5, but he could be on the upside of things. But
Yeah.
Money Man's got Joker, and the Joker is one of the top MVP candidates, and will he'll continue to rely and put him on his back.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing. I think I look at Kobe White, who he's also struggled with his shot. Um, Jalen Brown's been great. No JJJ. Uh, Anthony Davis looks to play better, and we expect him to play better, and we know that he will and can. I mean, this is a guy who has top 3 upside. Um,
Hmm.
JV, he's out, but you know, you look at who's going to come in and step up and play for them, and it's only guys like um, Nerlens Noel and Darius Baisley and Lou Dort and Derrick Rose. Those are not guys that I feel like I'm comfortable putting out there on a consistent basis. But the money men also, as you mentioned, have some problems as well. And CJ McCollum is not available. Um, Robert Covington is playing, but he might as well not be. DeMar DeRozan is good, but with we've seen him sit out a game due to personal reasons, and you just don't know when that's going to happen again. Um, but otherwise, it has been good, really good. I like the money men in this matchup. I just think they have less question marks. You never know when Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to come out and have a monster game. He's putting up top 100 value right now. Um, Montrezl Harrell is on this team as well. So I like their supporting cast a lot more um, than what I see from True Grit right now. So uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Money Men as you King's Landing, King's Landing Kings who have played better and better each week. Look strong, are stronger now that they have Bradley Beal back. They are playing the Cranston Killers, who Kyle have a guy named Tatum coming back next week. What do you think of their chances against King's Landing?
I think Cranston Killers has got a strong chance of coming away with the victory here. Just too much firepower. Um, King's Landing, is looking to outscore you and give you a lot of the counting stats, outside of the defensive numbers. And Cranston Killers is one of the best in this league at that. You look at Ingram, Young, James, Tatum, Siakam, Gajam. And so if King's Landing doesn't put up, enough defense, he's in trouble. And so he's asking for a whole lot from Mr. Bam Adebayo. And I don't know if he can deliver that knockout punch that's required to pull off an upset, of what I'm calling an upset. And so I've got Cranston Killers there.
Yeah, they Cranston is just they're just too strong, and you see them in ninth place and sitting at 500. 17-17 is their current record, but they're a lot better than that. And I think you can look at the struggles. Um, you could chalk it up to, again, the struggles that we've seen from Trey Young. D'Angelo Russell has been decent, but who knows what kind of shenanigans he's up to. He's at least been putting up top 80-ish value. LeBron, it's been LeBron hitting threes like crazy. DeAndre Ayton is also on. I mean, sorry, DeAndre Hunter is also on this team. He's been sort of a revelation for a lot of fantasy players who and managers who picked him up late in the draft. And it's a cheap asset for Cranston. He's been a great supporting cast. Um, we mentioned Brandon Ingram. He looks totally unhappy on New Orleans, especially in their last loss. He just looked disgusted. Um, but you know, he did have like 7 turnovers in that game, and he can point to himself too. But he's playing extremely well. Top 40 value, and the guys that you would have thought may not play as well. Early on in the season, you kind of had a question mark on Jared Allen because of his role. Had a question mark. I told you I wasn't high on his role in Cleveland right now, at least until they got rid of Drummond. Well, looks like Drummond is the one who maybe is hurting a little bit in terms of playing time, but Jared Allen has been really strong for Cleveland, and I think it looks like, man, it's quiet for Drummond, man. I think he's out of there soon. I think they're making calls right now and trying to see who's going to be a trade partner. And then Daniel Tice is also on this team. So one of the we made mention that one of the places that this team might struggle in was their big man stats, and with Siakam at center, Jared Allen and Tice playing well. Um, of course, not all of them will be in the lineup because you got Tatum coming back, who's been out injured um, or COVID, but you know, it's a strong team, man. I don't see. I just don't. I just can't see it. I can't see. I don't. I can't see myself picking against them any week. Just um, and finally we have the Rucker Park Busters playing Solid State. Man, this is going to be a good matchup right here, man. What do you think?
I think these are a bunch of busters uh, because I feel ripped off, man. I feel ripped off. I feel like this team promised us a better season, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, Park.
I don't like I don't like what I saw, the previous week, and the fact that two players off the street were in the starting lineup, that week five, is has raised serious concern about the future outlook for this team. And now they're starting to play another elite team, and this elite team is not dealing with any injuries, and so I think it's going to be really hard uh, to beat Solid State at this stage, given that he's got a fully healthy roster and his players are starting to get it rolling. And you already alluded to, Andre Drummond's stock is on the way down, man. You know, so
Yeah. Yeah. I'm picking Solid State in this matchup. I think they've got the offense. Not as much on the defensive side, besides Marcus Smart, but who's actually, he's putting up numbers, but not very efficient this year. Not the kind of season we saw from him last year. Not just yet. Obviously, he has more time later in the season, but um, yeah, I just like what I'm seeing um, from Solid State, and I think the arrows are pointing in different directions with how these teams have been performing. So I'm going to go with Solid State in this matchup. Um, any concluding thoughts about this coming week? Um, anything you're looking forward to? Any matchups in the NBA you're looking forward to?
I haven't. I'm looking forward to seeing Brooklyn this up and coming week. I know they've got a 4 game slate. I know Miami's coming in, or yeah, Miami's coming in, or they're already in town for Monday, and then we get to play Atlanta again, so that's going to be an exciting matchup. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing uh, how the big three evolve and get better playing with each other. That the big three in Brooklyn.
We've got a few teams that have been playing sort of above expectations. Let's say one being the Knicks, who are about 500. Atlanta, who are also up and down, but you know they're in the playoff picture in the East. And the Cavs are also have been surprising a lot of people. Um, on the flip side, you've got a team that I keep hearing. I hear this like I've been hearing this for the past 3 seasons. The Chicago Bulls are supposed to be good, and I we're still not there yet. Um, New coach, everything, but we still don't have it. And the Washington Wizards, killer, what is up with the Wizards? They can't play defense. Russell Westbrook just had a he
Father time.
had a couple triple doubles in the beginning of the season. I know he's been hurt. Maybe he's just injured and banged up. But you know, the combination of him and Beal has not worked out yet. Um, so I'm looking. I'm going to be looking to see what they look like. They haven't played in a long time, so um, I'm gonna have to check out some Wizard games this week. Um, yeah, that's really it. I'm going to be looking heavily at some of those teams I mentioned, and you know, just I'll give my thoughts on them next week. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks for joining. This was the our preview of Week 6 in the association and the NBA. And please give us some comments and feedback. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Hear it. Hit us up. I'm on Twitter at Dr. Dane Andre, and got my man Killer at Killonomics1. Find us, hit us up. Let's chat. Let's connect. Peace, everybody.